Today the gloves are off. It's the 5-car Fantasy Garage Challenge on After Drive. No constraints. Coming up right now. Hey, welcome to After Drive. It's the 5-car mystery car challenge. Basically our desert island car thing, except that we were going to say there are no constraints. However, there are sort of some constraints, and those are...
Desert island would require 4-wheel drive.
Well, yeah, forget about the desert island. I mean, it's like if... Yeah, it's a metaphorical desert island. You're like,
right.
These are your 5 cars. I mean, we can pick from any cars of any era, of any time, that were in production or actually existed. We can't make up our own kind of fantasy.
So you can't drive the Homer?
You can't drive the Homer, right? Exactly.
Yeah, the only restraint I put on myself, and you guys can argue this one, is so if it's a road legal car, I'm driving the road, it has to be something that's actually road legal I can buy in the U.S.
So it can't be like an old race car.
Well, you
For
can
you.
buy an old race car if you're going to take the race car to the track.
Right.
But I can't buy like a current model car that I can't actually drive in the country I live in.
Do you have
got
to drive the car you own? Can it just stay in your living room as a piece of artwork?
No.
You're
Well,
allowed
no.
to
I
do
mean,
whatever
if
you
that's
want
up
with
to
it.
you, buddy. That's
Yeah,
your
So you can tell that so normally we're highly prepared for these things.
Yeah.
This one we're winging just so we weren't prepared.
Right. We wanted to make
Straight
sure.
from
Straight from our heads. We are
right.
not prepared at all for this. This is completely off the cuff, and I think that makes it more interesting.
I'll qualify a constraint that there's many wagons around the world that would solve my daily driving need that I can't have.
Understood.
That's
Even
true.
if I had an endless amount of money,
RS6
I will not
Avant.
yes. Well, or maybe like one of the
Yeah.
other AMGs or something. Yeah, there's,
Gotcha.
there's lots and lots of them. An M5 wagon, can't have it here, right?
You want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
Rock and roll.
So I'll start, as I always do,
First car.
with my daily driving need. So no budget constraint. You know, I need a wagon. I guess I'd get the latest AMG S 4-wheel drive wagon of some sort.
Okay.
Because I buy what I can that's in that ilk, but in my budget. And with no budget, I can go buy a $150,000 station wagon. That'll be fine.
So
Right.
E63 AMG wagon.
S.
S. E63 S wagon.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, they're great cars, and that's a family car that will, I mean, put your family in jeopardy.
I would say, yeah, put my
Just
family in
saying.
jeopardy. Most bonker. Well, the other one though, although I couldn't decide this without having actually, get to sit in one person. I would do maybe a Panamera Turbo, what is it, Sport Turismo?
Yeah.
The Panamera wagon, but I still don't know if it's really big enough. I don't know. We'll see.
Buckety seats in the back, perhaps still.
No, I think they have a bench, but
Do
it's
they?
still, we know the trunk is not that. Maybe one of those with a bubble. That might be it. Anyways, I got
Aftermarket bubble.
Again, like the Homer.
I gotta choose one.
bubble for
and,
the
and,
in-laws.
and the AMG, I can get the third row. So
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with that for now. So
Cool.
All right.
I got my family sorted.
One.
Yep.
Good thing my wife doesn't drive. I don't have to have 2 daily drivers. So
Great. Two.
Uh,
And you can go full manual.
I can't with that because it's
Oh.
automatic. But that's the only downfall of
Right.
that car. In my dream wagon, I can't get a manual, but I'll survive.
Okay.
And then what's next? I gotta have a classic, street sports car. I think I would get a Lamborghini Miura.
Yeah,
okay.
good call.
I mean,
I
yeah.
mean, it's one of those cars. Like every time I see one from any angle, everywhere, any picture, I'm like, I lost over that.
Aren't
car.
they so much smaller in person though? When you
They're really
when you
low.
think about them,
They're
you
really
think
low,
about
but
them.
they're
as-
really wide.
They're like
They're
GT40
wide,
low.
yeah. But
Yeah.
they're super. Yeah.
They're pretty slung out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. While I'm at it, I'll get
SV gold wheels.
Yes, SV, wider tires, gold wheels, the kind of contrasty trim.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
I couldn't argue with that. Gotta have a modern supercar. Well, I'm still irked that they wouldn't sell us one. I think I'd probably get the new Ford GT.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so you're not perturbed at all by it being a kind of like a 80s Group B style powertrain.
No,
I'm not bothered by that either.
Yeah, like I think I not having driven one, which Ford, if you want to change that, we'll
Yeah,
come drive
Ford,
one
what's
sometimes.
up? We've owned so many
Yeah.
GTs. What's up, Ford?
Yeah, like I would expect. I love the 2006 GT because it was such a pure and honest machine, and it was like everything the Classic Car Club is mashed into one car.
Yeah.
It was classic and modern and exotic at the same time. It was a really mechanical machine. It had no traction control. The only thing it had was ABS, so it really made you honest about your driving.
It was completely up to the driver. In that car.
So
Awesome.
I really enjoyed the car, and I understand why they couldn't just make that car again. I mean, technology moves on. But from everything I've read, I think that special character translated into modern times and the technology we have today is what that new GT is. Like, I think it's still, it's got a paddle shift gearbox, it's got traction control, it's got a turbo motor. Yeah. But I'm sure it's still really raw and like really, really special.
Yep.
So
it must rip.
Yeah. So I was like, I see people when they drive P1 in anger, seems to have a similar kind of nature, like it's going to bite your head off. So I was a toss up between those, but I'll stick with the GT because that's what was my
okay.
With the old one, that was my dream. And then I don't know. I think to have like a sports car I could rip around every day, I'd probably get a GT4. I'm drinking my own Kool-Aid because I always tell people if I own that car personally, I would never sell it. The one we have at the club.
Yeah.
I have one spot left, right?
Wait a minute. So that
So you have a Ford GT. You have the wagon. You have your Miura.
Yep.
You have your GT4.
All right. So now I'll get a
Messerschmitt.
No. A Ferrari P4, the Le Mans car, track car.
Oh my!
And I'll drive it at the track.
Okay. I mean, that'll take some doing, but
well,
what the
money,
hell?
but
money, if it's a dream,
money's not a
move
factor
that
in the dream
criteria.
garage,
right?
Excellent. Good
That's
list.
right. That's one of the restraints that we don't have is
money.
Is money and taking care of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever, 20 million. I'll
Yeah.
take it.
Whatever.
Good list.
I got it in the Miura, but I think having like a V12 Motorsport Italian engine from the 60s, like that's important.
Yeah.
Good list.
All right, so I'm about as cliche as it gets, right? So
Big LTDs?
Well, no, not yet. Bunch of big LTDs. Not that stereotype, a different one. No, I mean, I have to go with a sort of Ferrari from that early period, right? 250 GTO, there you go.
Okay, yeah.
So you have to do. I mean,
you had
for
to
me,
go for the Guinness Book of World Record most expensive
car ever sold.
Which I agree
have
with.
one on my list to dive and make it.
I thought I like maybe buying that, and then I could like sell it and buy 10 other cars. But I still only have a 5-car garage, so it doesn't work.
Right, exactly.
And the ones I want.
I figured, and it's not only because it's the most expensive car around. There is that thing, that intrinsic value that a classic Ferrari from that period has.
Of course.
I mean, you can't argue with the design.
Right.
You can't argue with the engine. With the I mean, a Ferrari V12 from that period.
Are you going coupe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the GTO, that's the one.
GTO.
The race car. Yeah,
I'm
with
GTO,
you. Like,
we're going with
GTO. Oh yeah.
Like
nothing
big front
else.
hood,
Just
really
big front
cool.
hood, classic GT car style.
and I'm with you. It's the same reason I was on the P4. Like if you're gonna have, if you could imagine like the perfect like sports race car sound,
right.
That's it.
Exactly.
Right.
Right. I mean, honestly, like one of the best things about going to Goodwood Revival, and by the way, if you can get there, go there every September. You can see cars like that being driven in real races. I mean,
that's the most amazing.
It's the most amazing.
In the overall car community, I tip my hat the deepest to the guys who are rolling around in like priceless cars from the 60s and racing them and crashing them. Like those guys to me, they are the pinnacle of car culture.
Exactly. All right, so
start off with a big one.
Yeah, so I had to
done.
go off with sort of the fireworks first.
And then a Daihatsu
I mean, exactly. The problem I have is that I could pick basically all of the Group B homologation cars from the 80s.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or I could pick all the cars designed by Marcello Gandini. Or I could just pick 5 out of those. So let me.
Or you could pick all the cars with vinyl hardtops.
All right, we'll get into that, Zach.
Based on our rules.
Landau roofs.
So you couldn't pick like the Stratos HF?
No, I could because it's over 25 years old.
But like the concept one.
No, can't pick a concept because it wasn't. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. I mean, interestingly though, if you can buy
somebody
a race
owns
car,
it. Somebody owns it. It's not owned by a museum.
It's tricky. I'm going to stay away from that
Okay,
just for like
Yep,
realism's sake.
Got you.
fake realism.
Right.
That's what we're going for. All right, so.
Faux realism.
Okay, so if we want to go with both of those things, a Marcello Gandini group, well, not Group B, but a Marcello Gandini rally homologation car, Stratos.
Yeah.
So you gotta have the Stratos Stradale,
Right.
right?
Yes, very cool. Very cool looking.
Difficult car to drive, I've heard.
Yeah, I've never driven one either.
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
But as far as design goes,
Especially when there's one about 4 miles from us.
that our friend offers
Yeah.
to let us drive.
I know, me too. What are we, stupid?
We got to get him on the show.
Yeah, he's definitely coming on the show. It's a secret who that is, but
A gentleman with an excellent car collection.
yeah, he's got a great collection of homologation cars. It's tremendous. Right. We've got the Gandini car and the homologation car. Now we need one of each, right? So now we need a Gandini car that was not a homologation car, and for me, that is the Lamborghini LP400, the Countach.
Oh man.
The Countach without all the stuff on it.
Yeah, and that I always talk about that rear.
Yeah.
Not always, but the rear wheel arch. It's
Right.
the coolest shape in cars.
Yeah, exactly. There is
Awesome.
that kind of that curve
awesome.
in there that you don't really notice it.
It's kind of squared out.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
the design thing for me on that car.
It's amazing. That's one of my favorite car designs.
I agree.
In that era, right in the origami era, I guess you could call it.
I only recently learned about the periscopio version.
Yeah.
So the rear view mirror that's right up on the top of the roof, there's this little slit that
Yeah.
lets you see over the engine.
Yes.
I'm
Very
sure
cool.
it's completely useless, but the fact that they designed the whole roof of the car around it is amazing.
Yeah. I think that added $1 million to the latest auction on
Back
that
in the day,
thing.
it was a $68,000 option. 69 payment.
So that's the Gandini car. Now we need another Group B car, and I'm going to go with the Renault 5 Turbo 2.
Cool.
Oh, good choice.
Yeah,
I've
classic.
actually been looking for one of those recently.
I know. I would love to. I mean, that's another car that doubled in value in the last 5 years.
We've been trying to find a good one for the car club.
Yeah. I mean, there's something about that car that they move the engine into the center.
It's wacky on every
It's
level.
wacky on every level.
Ugly,
and
but
it's
so
French.
ugly it's pretty.
Yeah, exactly. It's so ugly, it's pretty. Exactly. And basically, it follows the rule that if a car's ugly, just widen it. Just put giant tires on it.
When you see one in person, like that wide body kit on it, it really does look duct taped to it. Like
Exactly,
it looks like you have a little Chevette that someone like just
Right.
like a bumper car, and it's fantastic. I'm
Exactly.
so with you. What a great choice.
All right, so
Cool.
what are we up to? Is that 4 or is that 5?
I thought you were at 3.
Well, wait a minute.
So wait, you got the.
You did your Countach?
Oh no, you are
did
4.
the
You're
Stratos?
4, yeah.
We're at 4. No, we did the Ferrari first, and then we did the Stratos.
Right.
And then we did the Lamborghini, and now the. Oh, God, wow, so we're all Italian and French.
Yeah.
Are
So-
you going to daily drive with these things, or do you have some?
You need a
daily
proper
driver?
daily
I need
driver in your
a
life.
proper daily driver, but you know what? For national pride, I got to pick an American car. What is that going to be? What is the American car that I'm going to pick going to be? And
C06 Corvette, totally everyday drivable.
it's Fantasy Garage.
All right, yeah.
So it's going to be a 1970 and a
I
half.
really like them. You can't daily drive a 19.
Yes, you can. 1970 and a half.
Okay, go ahead.
Trans Am HO. Pontiac Trans Am.
Wow.
Trans Am HO. With the blue one with the white stripes.
Yeah, okay.
Nice.
Right?
Okay,
So that's
cool.
my daily drive.
Nicely done.
Cool. All
Maybe
right.
I'll get an automatic.
No,
if that's going to be a daily driver.
No. If you're going to daily drive that, just daily
I agree. I agree. That car, it announced the next 10 years of Trans Ams as one of the coolest Trans Am ever, and
Yeah.
even the Bandit Trans Am is not cooler than the original HO blue and white one. So there you go.
Nicely
What
done.
about a Yanko Camaro is kind of like that.
I mean, those are really cool. I mean, I love the whole idea of being able to assemble a
Yeah,
car
at your
out of the
dealership.
sort of secret dealership
Yeah.
list of things.
It's like
but-
when you go to In-N-Out Burger.
Yes, it's off the menu. Yeah,
Order off the menu.
I'll take a Chevelle Animal Style.
Right. Oh, animal style car. Great. We got to make one. All right, so you have
All right,
5.
sir, that's my 5.
All right, my 5. Shooting from the hip.
Okay.
I already have I own one of them. My American Pride, my Chevy Silverado 1500. Which is, that's the car that lets you do anything else, right? Because I could daily drive that, as I do. I can put all the stuff in the back. It's functional. It's sort of like a estate or whatever, which frees me up for everything
And you would
else.
keep that exact one if this is your dream garage.
I
You
would keep the exact one.
You
Even with
wouldn't get like the Denali. You would like,
Nope.
No.
No, I like what I got.
Just
Wow,
exactly as
that's
it is.
that's amazing.
Her name's Jenny.
Oh.
And that's it.
Yeah,
All
you're
right,
not going
Jenny.
to betray Jenny.
No, no.
Jenny will not be betrayed.
She has her Method race wheels on it.
Wow.
She's good. Not lifted, just leveled. You don't lift. So that frees me up for a lot.
Had to take the rake out, and that's not
Track
landscaping
car,
equipment.
track car, you can go super exotic, but I think I think Lotus Exige is it the 240?
Yeah.
It's the 240,
Yeah.
right? The 240 Cup.
The supercharged. Oh, the cup one.
240
yeah,
Cup.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that'd be car number 2.
Wow.
I can.
If it's track only, you could get one of the Euro only ones, the one that's an Evora chassis with an Exige.
Yeah, the
body.
longer body. Yeah, right. And just for because Exiges are a little twitchy. So if I could get a couple of more inches in a
Yeah, I
wheelbase,
think,
I'll take it.
and having been around a track, we went around Spa, in the passenger seat one of those. It's probably the fastest thing I've ever been on in the track.
And I could grow into it. I'm not saying that I would I'm not saying my driver ability to be like, oh, I've used this all up, but like I could drive most of it and I could still learn, and that would be a good, solid, functional track car for me.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to say you're aiming fairly low here, and I hope that the next 3 are.
So I do need that vintage Ferrari.
Yeah.
UN GTO, which is very cool, and the car. I think I would do 65, 250, short wheelbase, California Spider.
Oh.
This way, the wife and I could go get an ice cream.
Very nice.
Right? Black preferred.
Okay. The
Ferris,
ice cream
Ferris
edition.
Bueller Day car, actually.
Yeah,
One
sure.
of my all-time favorite movies. So there, I gotta have that. So
I mean, not the car in the movie, because the
No.
car in the movie was a.
red.
was
Of
a
course, it
replica
was a
replica
replica.
or something,
I think the
right?
black one's a little sharper.
Yeah.
So that's 3,
Got it.
4. Okay, I need an everyday, like, exotic. And I think I just might go Lamborghini Huracan, because I really like it.
Wow.
And you
really?
can actually drive it, right? Like a P1 would be cool.
You're
but
a
like,
very practical guy. I didn't realize how practical you were going to be on this.
the guy who picks a
You're
Huracan is
you're
a
the
practical-
most practical guy here.
Like you wouldn't go what was that one we had in the club? The Centro Reno, whatever.
No, because
the
I don't-
fully carbon fiber Murcielago.
No, because I really like to drive.
event store?
I really like to drive, and I think that you could just, you can get into
So treat yourself to the new.
the Super Trofeo version.
Oh,
What-
yeah,
what's the
yeah.
new one?
It's
the Performante.
yeah,
Performante,
Performante.
yeah.
Okay, I'll go Performante.
That looks epic.
That's
Yeah.
4, right?
And it's cool. It's
And then
very cool.
My last car, we had said earlier, the people I admire most in the motoring community are the people with proper old race cars, and they race them. So sitting in my virtual reality desert island garage would be a Fangio 250F Maserati race car that I think won Monaco.
Yes.
Just open wheel. I could put on that little leather helmet with the goggles and
That's-
go race it once
Goggles
or twice a year.
Paisano from the Flintstones had one of those.
Amazing.
Goggles, wasn't it? Goggles Paisano.
Wow, just gave me flashback. Yeah, that's right. Paisano, right?
Hey, Goggles Paisano.
Yeah, that's right.
That was Fred's name when he was racing. Fred's
Goggles.
racing name.
Goggles Paisano.
That car just reminds me of what was that Alan DeCadene show where like he just got in and drove old race cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, "It's red, it's a Maserati, and it's all mine."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Rrrr," with his big steering wheel.
That's right.
I would have it would just sit in my living
Oh, my
room.
God.
Push it out a few times a year
But
and like
that's another one. You go to
go
Goodwood.
compete.
You go to Goodwood Revival, and there are so many of those racing, and they
Yeah.
go by, and you just hear that sort of
I
sputtery
ticked that box
sound.
for you. Yeah,
You did.
Italian race car
That
box.
Like
Yeah.
if you had that like that spitty, sputtery,
Yeah.
but super.
And if you flip it, you're gonna lose like the whole top half of your body. And, like,
I did danger. It's totally
well,
cool.
no, don't they have a hoop, a roll hoop?
I don't. I
Let's
wouldn't.
see,
I
what's
wouldn't
up?
trust
Not
it.
No,
It's got that. No, you're.
no roll
No.
hoop. No.
it is.
But if
always
those
amazing
five
to see,
things-
to see
sort
those
of.
guys how straight up they're like the whole upper body is out of the car.
If those 5 cars were in my garage, I'd be really happy.
Wow, really well done.
Yeah.
Well,
I liked your choices.
I think
Those
these
a
were
really
good
one.
choices. I mean, it's a hard thing to do, Desert Island, and obviously, like if we did this tomorrow, we might come up with other.
How many
cars.
Porsches made it in?
Oh my God!
One. Just one. And by the way, the right one.
Well, yeah.
GT4. Come on, let's be honest. It's
I
great car.
had a couple that I wanted to put in, but I was following the 25-year rule in America, so I really wanted to put in the 993 RS.
Fair.
But you know, I mean, look, rules are rules.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're right. We could do this. We could do this after lunch and come up with a totally different list. And we
That's
do it
right.
tonight. It's like an endless thing. It'll always change.
Yeah.
Okay, so we always like when people participate with us. So put yours below, but you have to do it extemporaneously. No Googling around.
Oh yeah, try
you
not
just
to
gotta
Google.
like you just gotta rack off 5 of them.
Extemporaneously. I like that because I mean honestly, that's what we did here. We didn't
not
plan
plan
this
it.
at all. So I
Is
think
this a bonus edition?
it is kind of a bonus edition, but
Well,
Power up.
because we put so much planning into our usual episodes.
We do though. We do like the challenges. I mean, I'm up all night trying to make something out of $18,000. It's a responsibility.
So don't go to Google. Just off the top of your head, 5 cars in your desert island or your fantasy garage. Put them in the comments below. And yeah, keep watching After Drive. We'll be back next week. Michael Prichinello, Zach Moseley, Classic Car Club Manhattan. I'm Mike Spinelli. And that's
Monkey.
And Monkey Prichinello's here again.
Prichinello.
We bring Monkey around everywhere.
Becoming a regular.
Hey, Monkey.